Hello, citizens of Lynchburg, and welcome back to this video series examining our City Council and our City Manager's Department. And today we're going to focus on one thing very closely. We're going to look at how people voted on the Capital Improvement Program. So first, let's talk a little bit about the Capital Improvement Program. So this introduction is taken right out of the Lynchburg adopted 2026 budget, and it's a description of the Capital Improvement Program. Our program is a 5-year program, and it was voted on at a total cost of over $500 million. So it is a big, substantial part of the budget. And you can see it focuses on public facilities and infrastructure. So next, we're going to look at a pie chart that focuses on the actual components, and the dollar numbers in the pie chart represent the total 5-year cost, I believe.
So this pie chart depicts all the different departments that comprise our capital improvement program of over $500 million. And as you can see, these are essential, very important. We've got water, transportation, buildings, sewage, stormwater, and Parks and Rec. So it is the job of City Council to scrutinize the budget that the city manager has given them to make sure that everything looks good. And again, it's very complicated. I'm giving a very superficial overview. Some of these departments are getting grants, and there's all kinds of different ways they finance very important programs. And you've seen that recently in city council meetings, particular to in regard to water. But let's see what our councilmen have to say about the capital improvement plan and the degree to which they show oversight and scrutiny of the budget. All right.
The CIP overview shows, and this is from the proposed 2026 budget, $62,589,461 in total city capital projects. However, the ordinance that we were provided shows $68,339,351 for the city capital funds project. I have not seen that. I cannot vote for something that I haven't seen. We're talking about, I'm going to stand corrected on this, a $6 million difference. So spending $6 million more of your tax dollars without seeing it, I'm asking you to oppose the substitute motion, allow us to vote on the school projects as the main motion that we've all seen, and then we can move on and vote for the rest of the CIP, which I'm sure it'll pass because it had the votes last time.
The research, and you know this as well. I found alternate options that had not been presented in the memo from city staff, coming directly from the vendor that had serviced that pool for numerous years, knows the pool very well. I do not feel comfortable voting in favor of $10.4 million when it is viable for about $500,000 with some change orders. Now, that doesn't account for the privacy fencing, that doesn't account for the building, but really you're looking at probably $3 million as opposed to 10.4. The opportunity to vote on those items individually. Thank you.
All right, well, what did you see? And what did you hear? I heard Councilman Mischins scrutinizing the budget and doing the math and trying to come up with some answers as to why there was a discrepancy of $6 million in the city's capital improvement budget. So he wanted clarification on those numbers. That's his job. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. And then we saw Jacqueline Timmer, and she was focusing on the Miller Park pool project. And she actually went to the people who have been responsible for the maintenance of that pool for many years and asked them what they thought was a really good idea. You know, how to make it a better pool, affordable and affordably better. And so they are performing oversight. They are definitely scrutinizing budget. They're putting some boots on the ground and trying to figure some things out to serve you. So now we're going to take a look at what Councilwoman Reed has to say about these budgets.
It's very possible that they could come in under, correct? So we're guesstimating the cost in hopes we could find a lower cost. You know, obviously you guys are just looking at what you think it could end up being to do the improvements on both the library upgrades or improvements for the structure, and then obviously the concept design for the pool.
So with Councilwoman Reed, you have a very different approach. She's actually talking to the city managers as she's saying, well, these are just guesstimates. There might be money left over. We don't really know. So she's really having a conversation with the city manager and kind of exonerating them and basically not performing the task of oversight at all. So next, let's listen to what Councilman Feraldi has to say about this capital improvement program. Okay.
Approve the capital improvement plan as a whole. Speaking to my motion. Y'all have lost every opportunity to negotiate me on anything. If you don't want to vote for this, vote against it. If you want to vote against it, vote against it. All I've heard is, delay, didn't get, it's their fault. Y'all didn't propose junk until the very last second and then said it's their fault. I proposed 3 plans to fund this entire budget. 1 didn't get a vote, 2 failed. Then I had to try to have open, fair negotiation, and that went really well, if you ask me. And so when we're talking about the capital improvement plan, too bad that you want to vote on this independently. Make up your mind. It's the capital improvement plan or not. That's my position at this point. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
So that was his approach to the capital improvement plan. And there are so many things to discuss, but we're just going to focus on the complete absence of any math. He wasn't talking about the different components of the program at all. He was talking about, basically he was ordering the other councilmen, telling them that they better vote on the entire capital improvement program and not try to look at the individual budgets. So, and as an example of the kind of, open and fair negotiating that he endeavors to have with the other councilmen, let's look at this.
I will not yield for a question from him.
Okay, so just to be clear, the question I was going to ask, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
He has.
Okay, so I would say that maybe not taking a question from one of your colleagues is perhaps not a fair and open way of negotiating. And now we're going to look at what Councilwoman Reed has to say about the capital improvement program, and it's pretty exemplary of both Reed and Feraldi's approach.
Let's vote it through. Thank you.
So there you have it. Let's vote it through. And let's just vote that pool through, although we have no budget on it, no particulars. Let's just vote that 10 million through. In fact, if you watch the council meetings, you'll see that Feraldi and Reed are always pushing to do the vote. And they're using that artificial integrity of making it seem like that's the right thing to do. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just hand over $10 million without any scrutiny. So let's take a review of what's going on in the capital improvement program. That's over 500 million of your tax dollars. And let's see how each person voted. So we started with Mr. Mischins, who was actually doing the math, trying to figure out, hey, where in this budget, why is this discrepancy of 6 million? Then we saw Jacqueline Timmer, who actually went to the people that take care of that pool to talk to them about what did they think should be done. That's brilliant. Let's find out from the people that actually know. And then previously, Councilman Deemer's not on here, but he had actually gone to Jackson Heights Art Studio to talk to those people that take those classes there to find out how much that studio meant to them. And Mr. Mischins had done that as well. So they've got boots on the ground. They're scrutinizing the budget. They're trying to connect with the citizens, find out what the citizens want. And that is why they were elected that is what we wanted. But on the other hand, you've got Reed, who just wants to get things done, talks to the city manager's department during the meeting. And then you've got Feraldi, who has apparently absolutely no interest in hearing what other members of city council have to say, and is actually very dismissive and rude, which kind of is a barrier to effective consensus building. So everyone, it's not just monopoly money. This is your money. And until next time, stay well and bye-bye.